Paku. Sure. Home. Nope. That's the button I want. Hello, Paku. Not a good day. Today is not a good day. Ooh, food. G'day, mate. Welcome back to Oxygen Not Included with me, JD. And we're starting off down this corner because a couple of things have happened. First off, you're going to notice that like about 75 cycles have gone between the end of last episode and the start of this episode. Couple of reasons for that. One, let's start at the top of the map. I dug this out. I've also got this volcano set up ready to go. This volcano set up ready to go. And at the same time, I moved this tepidizer down further and have turned it on and set it to 25 degrees, which is exactly what it was up here. And we've just slowly melted out a lot of this biome. Along with that, our minor volcano has finally erupted enough to get us just a little bit of magma. So I want to turn that on this episode. This is going to punch through this little bit of ice sooner or later, probably within the next couple of cycles. And it's going to pour liquid all the way through here. Hang on. I need to copy settings from there to there. That didn't work. If above 500 grams. Yeah, you're well and truly above 500 grams. Start pumping. So, what's happened? Lots of things have happened, actually, and that's going to lead us to the first couple of problems we're going to work out this episode. So, this little pump down here has been running absolutely non-stop. Hasn't stopped once. Consequently, I've got a little bit of storage down here now. I've also put in a desalinator, just because I just had so much water, or so much salt or brine down here. This is actually salt water that I had nowhere to deal with it. Actually, I need to join that up and deconstruct that one little bit of pipe. So things I want to get done this episode. I want to put down a saltwater / brine storage tank. Oh no, actually a couple of other things have happened. As you can see, I've cleared a little bit of room in the pipe spaghetti. I've rearranged some of the pipe spaghetti. There's still more pipe spaghetti we're waiting on to be fixed. We're absolutely out of ceramic. I've actually started both these two back up. This system is going fine. It's actually making ceramic. As you can see, there is some amount of clay, and there's clay all on this line. It is joining the main line. Unfortunately, this auto soup is going nuts and jumping the queue. I just really need to shuffle around the way the automation works, but it's a later problem, because this only outputs 195 grams per second of polluted oxygen, which means we're only going to make 107 grams per second of clay from our, what goes into these things? Regolith up in space. So it's working. It's just going to take a long time to get a decent amount of clay. In saying that, you can see, this has got 260 kilos ready to go. So I've turned both these on. They're both making clay. I've also had to rearrange our liquid cooling. We're now still cooling our battery box, but we're also coming over here and cooling this steam geyser. Mainly because it was getting so hot over here that dupes are actually scalding themselves wandering over here and dealing with it. Just sweeping up, mopping up whatever was on top of it. The other thing I've done is I've extended the cooling loop down through our oil refinery and our power generation. Because, again, the dupes are actually scalding themselves just running these generators. Lastly, cooling loop-wise, I've put a hydrogen loop, which comes in at... No, hang on. It's about 50 degrees, so it's maintaining the temperature down here, which was actually hot enough. It was melting these lights, so these two lights you can now see are made out of gold amalgam. I had to replace them. The original ones were made out of copper ore, which actually, I didn't realise, I forgot, I didn't bother looking, that lights actually have an overheat temperature of 75 degrees. It got up to 75 degrees down here. We started melting light bulbs. So I just put in this cooling loop, which is not really cooling, it's just stabilizing the temperature between whatever the temperature is up here with down here. Our little aqua tuner, which is now cooling these guys, these guys, these guys, our battery box, and this, as you can see, is not running because it's set to 50 degrees and we have a whole tank at 40 degrees. It's not putting in a lot of effort. It actually still has a lot of cooling capacity left over. I could actually bring it down here and have it cool this one as well, which I might do in the future because this is sort of toasty. Oh, that's toasty. 100C. What's your overheat temperature? 125. You're going to overheat. We'll worry about that later. So, yeah, there's a few other things I can do. You're going to overheat too. Overheat temperature, 125. What are you up to? 80. You just look hot. Okay, so first thing I want to actually do this episode is I had somebody in the suggestions, I cannot remember your name, I do apologize, say to me, why don't I change this gas pump over to a mini gas pump, which means then I can fit in the battery down here, which is a really, really good idea. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Same time, they actually pointed out to me that my mechanical filter is actually backwards. If I have the top gas flowing this way, I should have mechanical filter running in the opposite direction. I'm not going to fix it. It does mean that if this pump pumps out 1 kilo worth of gas, this mechanical filter wouldn't catch it all and some of it would bypass. Because we're about to swap over to a mini gas pump, that's definitely never, ever, ever, ever going to be an option or a problem ever again, because mini gas pumps just don't move that much gas. So, I need to take this automation wire, Pro 9, run it over here. We need to deconstruct. Pro 9, that one, and all of that. I want to take that battery, not made out of lead, make it out of gold instead, and whack it down here. I actually have some gold now. I have been running this refinery basically non-stop to give us some amount of gold, because we went through quite a bit. Pro 9. I also am going to need a Atmos sensor. You don't have an overheat temperature, do you? No. Right there. And run that to there. Deconstruct. Pro 9. That one. Ooh. Nope. Automation wire. Pro 9. Up and over that instead. Copy those settings down there. I need to get this up and running fairly quickly because our generator's turned off. There we go. Fix that problem. Are you hooked in the main grid? Nope. That's probably a bit of a problem. Hook that in the main grid. Hook that in there. We're going to set you to second green signal if above 1 kilo. Done. So that's first problem solved. Second problem. New printables. Doctoring, ranching, decorating. Can't build. Gem resistant. Sure. I could do with a doctor. So, I actually have one of my Twitch subscribers who has access. So, has some of the perks that Patreon members do, but not quite all of them. And actually asked me, does he get his name in the series? And I said, of course you do. Just not as a Patreon member. You get it as a sacrifice. So, welcome to the base, Gareth. You are officially the next sacrifice to the base, and we're actually going to set you up to be a doctor. Because it turns out we could probably use one of those. So, just check. That's all done. Battery is attempting to charge. Awesome. Okay. Like I said, water full. So I pushed up the water level on this side and then have left this pump running forever. Meanwhile, these steam turbines keep getting flooded continuously. So one of the changes I'm actually having on the map is we're going to start actually digging through any bits of ice we see. I don't need more water. And on a side note, the temperature that was in here was 530 odd degrees. We've got the temperature down to a balmy 500. Actually, it seems to be a lot lower at the bottom. So our steam turbines are definitely working, and we're definitely making a lot of free power out of it. Yeah, that's going to do some melting. I was hoping to keep some water, but that's obviously not going to happen. We're not really using water for anything. The one side the problem is this had just a little bit of germs in it, which are now everywhere else. So we're now pumping. We are going to be pumping germy water from down here, up the way here, and into all our storage tanks. Realistically, it doesn't matter. We're not actually cooking with the water, so the germs really don't affect us in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so minor projects. These are minor projects. I need to have a storage tank for brine and salt water. I actually think I can copy that one, put brine on one side and salt water on the other. I don't know for sure, but we're going to try it out. Igneous rock, that'll do. And then cancel. I want to cancel buildings. I need to cancel those two, that one, and that one. Nope. That one. That's better. Okay, so the dupes can get in there and get that built. On top of that, I want to copy this again, and I want actually 2 more storage tanks. I want to put one... No, we're going to put it all the way down here. I want to put one there and say one there. And this is going to be for petroleum and... petroleum and crude oil, which actually are built a little bit differently. They're actually built directly upside down with a couple of steps of automation. So I want automation there, a hydro sensor. No, that should be fine. There and there. The pumps, I'm going to want to change them over to steel, just on the off chance. I need to have that open, that open, that open. Actually, I need both those open. Oops. Gas pipes. That can go. And liquid pipes. That can go. Plumbing. Liquid vent in there and in there. And that's it. We can just walk away and leave the dupes to build that one, and that one. Yeah, that one should be fine. Okay. So dupes have got lots of tasks to do. That's the way I like it. Busy. We are going to set all this to priority 5. That's all set to priority 5 as well. Okay, I have this saltwater geyser as well, which I've capped off, but I haven't actually put to use yet. So, you know, other things to be done. I've sort of decided this is going to be the size and the scale of the base. You horrible, horrible dupes. Where are you going to? They're going to express themselves. Or they're going to mop. They're going to mop. Give them access for just half a second and bang, they're in the base. Okay, we're going to put in a couple of doors and keep the bad duplicates out. Okay, so yeah, I've sort of decided like that's going to be the top of the base. I'm now regretting that decision, maybe thinking I'm going to move it higher. It's going to be the top of the base for now. I'm also going to end up building in the west side eventually. I don't know exactly where, but we're going to put in... Actually, I do know exactly where. It's going to be right here. So we're going to put in a west side here and eventually get atmosets and all that sort of stuff. Other things duplicates need to do. So, other things duplicate needs to do is we need to analyze this volcano, which is already in a vacuum, and dig up that one tile and start the duplicates accessing it. Now, as far as this one's concerned... in theory, after those 2 doors go in, which are now in, copy settings, pasty, the slaves can't get in here. So this is going to be handled by a real duplicate. So we need to keep some sort of eye on them. This one, on the other hand, is still getting pumped down to a vacuum. Actually, this one down here, we actually need to pump liquids in here. So that's going to be actually our first task. And in the past, I'd normally use a bottle emptier, but down here is where we dumped all our crude oil and all our petroleum that we'd found all over the map. Just swept it up. And why are you flashing at me? Oh, well, that fixed that problem. Turns out I don't have much petroleum or crude oil left, at least not for this project. So, also on today's list is trying to get to space. So, this battery can now get deconstructed, which is one of the reasons why I moved things down below. This was the battery hooked up to our natural gas generators. You are also going to get deconstructed because you're in the way. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to bring petroleum, of all things, to the top of the map. Which goes straight into there, into that pipe, which is already basically set up, ready to go. Come on, duplicates, deconstruct faster. I'm going to replace my exosuit forge, even though we've only printed off like 2 or 3 atmosuits that we've never actually used. 3 atmosuits that we've never used. I want it anyway. It needs to exist. So I'm going to put that back. We need to get petroleum. I need another bridge. I have planned ahead and put in a giant pipe that goes most of the way there. So I need petroleum at the top of the map. I also need polluted water. So polluted water is down here. We're going to bridge over that, We'll join those two together, bring that out, and plug that in there. And we're also going to take polluted water at the top of the map. Because I need to... Well, I need to fill this one up with clean water, not with polluted water. Clean water, we're lucky enough that we can tap off right here. And polluted water we're going to bring in from this side. Ooh, is that the right way around? Yeah, it is. Okay, as for our petroleum. Petroleum, we're going to build a petroleum storage tank. Because I need to get juice in there. I'm going to need a pool of petroleum, because this episode I want to play with rockets. Actually, maybe bugger, I built it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, sure. You've built yourselves in. Almost instantly, every single time. Can we get that done, please, so we can let these guys out? Okay. Yeah, I want to have a petroleum tank. A sizable petroleum tank. And we're going to get to why shortly. I need a liquid shutoff. Liquid vent. A automation. A hydro sensor. It was bigger in my imagination. Drywall, it turns out, because we have space exposure. Space exposure there. Okay. That'll be a petroleum tank. It's gonna need power. We'll just jump that over and plug that into the existing wire. Plumbing. That's the petroleum. So first off, I need petroleum in the iron volcano. Normally I'd use oil, but we're out of oil. Petroleum's a good, runner-up. So first things first, we're just going to dump petroleum in here. Send green signal if above. Yeah, we'll just turn that off for the moment whilst I get this one done. Okay, next on the jobs list, because we're all about jobs this time around, we're going to send some duplicates to space. Come on, autosave. So I noticed that I have a small hole here, so we're going to build our rocket silo in the hole. That's all regolith, so that's all going to fall. So I want a bunker door roughly there. But as long as I stay below... So regolith falls, but mafic rock doesn't. So as long as I stay below some mafic rock, I can dig this whole area out quite safely and not have crap fall on my head. We just need a ladder so tubes can get up. And we can dig all that undercover, mostly. Dupes will need a ladder to get across. There'll do. And yes, it's completely exposed to space, and that's mostly fine. What we'll do is we'll just send the slaves in. Okay, I want to put in one of them. We have a vacuum, good. Deconstruct that. I leave the gas pump because it's much easier to leave the gas pump and... Ooh, that's lead power cables. That's also lead power cables. Let's just do a quick renovation on the power cables, because iron comes out at 2,500 degrees and lead melts at 300. So we might just do a quick modification here and just change over some of the power cables to steel. That should do us. Okay. Why for no petroleum? Is it because that bridge is there and the liquids are confused? Yeah, liquids are confused. Okay. So first off, we need to put some petroleum in here. We need not a heap, just a little bit. You know, 100 kilos per tile should be a good amount. I'm not exactly sure how much we need, to be honest. 50. Okay, that's still going. We're gonna sweep that out before I forget that. Where do I have a pneumatic door that's limited to just the slaves? Nope. This volcano? This volcano. Copy settings. Paste that up here. Confirm we have... Oh, no, we have new slaves. Gareth. I'd hate for you to miss out, Gareth. Okay, done. Alright, 91 kilos. Okay, so we're going to deconstruct that one. Come on, dupes. I need this done. Okay, new priority. Now. Thank you. And then if I change you to below, we should drain this pipe, which is exactly what I want. Because I then need to plumb in clean water on this side. Yeah, we can tell it's excited. It wants to go. Okay, we've now got a liquid bridge in there. I'm going to flip you to below and just have you start pumping already pre-hot water, which is less than ideal. I'd much prefer cold water, but we get what we get. We'll have another pipsqueak, please. Worst comes to worst, it's free meat. Sorry. Copy settings. There. Cool. Now only the slaves can get out. The special duplicates. Yeah, the sacrifices. So, step 1, petroleum. Step 2 is actually, I want a cooling loop through the petroleum. I'm going to cover Y in just a second. Crap, that's one tile too high. We're going to bridge in and out. That'll do. Okay, you pump water. We'll come back to you shortly. Okay, so over here I need a steam room. We need to fire off rockets. Very first rocket is always steam rocket. So we need to make a room full of steam. Easiest way to do that is... Okay, easiest way to do that is inside tile. We want a base. We want some walls. Something like that. Something that's squarish. 1, 2. Right about there. I'm going to put in a door. Which is 3 tiles, so we're going to need a ladder. We're going to need a ladder along this side. We're going to just dig off the ceiling. Put a ladder in there. And a ladder in there for access. Dig out everything in the middle. In here, we're going to need ventilation. I'm going to need 2 gas pumps. I'm going to make them both out of steel. Because we are making steam in here, so it's going to get warm. We also want insulated pipes. I'd love to make out ceramic, but I still don't have any ceramic. So we're going to use, I guess, obsidian? Thermal conductivity 2. Rock. Igneous rock. 2. Mafic rock. 1. Cemetery rock. 2. Mafic rock it is. Mafic rock. So, we need 2 gas pumps. We're also going to need some automation. And I'm going to hook them up to a hydro sensor. We also need utilities, thermo aqua tuner. Because this is what we're going to use to make our heat. We're basically going to cool down our petroleum by heating up our water and turning it to steam. That's really as complicated as it's going to get. Unfortunately, this room's full of polluted water, and I could pump it out, but I don't think I can. No, I can just put a hole in the bottom. That's what we'll do. Okay, I need tiles there, tiles there. Tiles there, tiles there. We want conductive wire. Then I want lead should be fine. We're not going to go up to 300 degrees. Plug those in, plug those in. Another hydro sensor here, which we're going to run to that so I can manually control that on and off. And we're just going to dig out all of this. And just let the water pour out the bottom. And then we're going to fill it with clean water. Okay, where are we up to? 500 kilos. That's probably more than way too much. Deconstruct. Change you back to above. Six idle duplicates. Does that mean I managed to trap 6 in the build? There. I have no idea how many standing on a tile. Muppet. Muppet's called all the way up to dig out 1 tile. Okay. Mop. All of that up. Sweep. All of that up. where are we up to over here? Deconstruct. All of that. Okay, so that solved that problem. What do we decide? Insulated. Mafic rock is our best option. Can I not make insulated tiles, insulated pipe out of Mafic? Guess not. Sandstone? 2.9. That's actually worse. So what do we decide on? I think they're all bad. Mafic rock would be great, but it turns out it really does turn out. Igneous rock is 2. Sedimentary rock is 2. And obsidian. Bad choices all around. Okay, we're gonna go with obsidian. We want that pipe there. Oh, that pipe. Oh. Alright, I'm going to build in a floor, your ice, your ice, your ice, your ice, and your ice. None of it's polluted ice, so that means it's fine. So that's going to be our room. Now, we need a few things. We need to plumb polluted water into this. Actually, we need to plumb it in over there. Liquid pipe. Yeah, I need 1 or 2 tiles worth of... Well, I technically only need 1 gap in... I need to not quite overfill this. So generally, if I hook it in 1 tile after the aquachina, that should be fine. And then we're still going to have to put in a bunch of water into this room. Plumbing. Liquid vent. And the reason I want to use polluted water is I can take polluted water a little bit colder than any other liquid. And we're actually also going to... Plumbing. Thermosensor. And our petroleum's not very hot, so I'm going to put in a backup plan whilst I'm at it. Automation, temperature sensor, automation wire, put down, nope, put down, where would you be? You'd be there and there, plug that in there. Mop. Okay, polluted water. Polluted water is being plumbed in. Now it means I should deconstruct that right now because I'm going to have way too much liquid already in the pipe. Are you ready? Okay, whilst we're at it, let's fry a duplicate. I need to put in my 1 last temp shift plate, which will also dig out that tile. Which will also send duplicates in here, which will pack you. Sure. Home. Nope. That's the button I want. Hello, Paku. Not a good day. Today is not a good day. Woohoo, food. Wrangle. You need to be sent down here. Okay, where were we? Priority, 9. So yeah, I need to dig this out. I need to put in the temp shift plate. I need to sweep up that. and also start the analysis and do it all before, hopefully before duplicates get fried. But we all know duplicates are going to get fried. Hopefully they survive. Actually, speaking of fried duplicates, speaking of, oh bugger. Did I not put in heavy hot wire? No, I didn't. Okay, so that's that done. That's that done. You need a high pressure gas vent to vacuum out the room. I am going to think ahead and put some triage cots up here because we have duplicates building out in space with outsuits, which is generally a recipe for disaster. On top of that, I'm about to send one, well, I've already sent one into a volcano. You know, what could go wrong sort of situation. It could erupt right now. No, priority 9. No, deconstruct, priority 9. There. Okay. So, Deadly Kittens has already run off. You're lucky. Because we have iron coming out at 2,500 degrees. Yep. And then Deadly Kittens is standing right on top of it. Yeah, what could go wrong? We might want to set those nice and high priority ones. And I probably want a few more of them. Nope. We're in, we're out. We have definitely heated up all the temp shift plates to 75 degrees. They're not quite warm yet. But the water's at 70 odd degrees. The petroleum's at 70 odd degrees. We've definitely heated the whole room up. Oh, there's a clock sensor out of lead. No, it shouldn't get over 300 degrees over on that side of the room at least. Deadly Kittens is about to fall over and give up. Oh, iron 170 degrees. Leveled up and fell over dead. Oh, it didn't tell me what skill that leveled up. Incapacitated. You're getting moved here. Who's bringing you? We don't know. But we will set the priority 9. Hopefully that helps things out. So, errands-wise, Deadly Kittens, it's Deadly Kittens' third priority to bring Deadly Kittens to the triage cot. Yeah. Come on! Somebody save the kittens! Oh boy, this could be our first one down. I don't see anybody coming to save you, Deadly Kittens. Oh, Gareth is going to come. Who has the whopping great big athletic skill of... athletics 0. Oh, also has a sore back. Why do you have a sore back? Did you try and assign yourself to a bed that you can't access? Gareth. Let me guess. Gareth. Yep. You can't access these beds, Gareth. Because I copied the settings across. Yep. Okay. Deadly Kittens. Come on, Gareth. Don't shake the water off your feet. Just get in there. Oh! Bye, Deadly Kittens. Turns out you are our last researcher. Alright, we're going to put down some more memorials. Which means I need to open this up for a little bit. Skills. Let's look at one of our lovely non-hat duplicates. We need to get skill required operation. Needs field research. So I need a duplicate that can get up to here. Nope. Yes. Green Gemini. Welcome. Oh, we're going to give you all the researchers. That seems logical. That seems really logical. Nina, we need to look at your priorities. Nope. I can't believe it. For duplicates that I'm being so cruel to, look at how high some of their morale is. Okay, so Kendrith and Nina. Priorities. Nina, Kendrith, Nina. Nina! Doctoring, congratulations. Kendrith Crazy Elf. There we go. And who else? Troops without hats. Green Gemini, definitely. Who else? Dopesen. No. You can have some super hard digging. But Elron, no. Happy. You want to cook. It's never going to happen. Snazzy suit. Art. No, also not going to happen. Impulse. Oh, look, Impulse wants to do research. Nope, you're about as high as you're going to get. Daniel, who is already maxed out. Otherwise, we'd throw him on. Actually, we can do that one. Oh, I'm going to take it. Daniel and Impulse. Okay, priorities. We're going to unpause it at least. Daniel, and Impulse. I was only looking for Daniel, not Impulse. There we go. And Daniel. Although you need 2 in research. Sure, you can be permanently stressed out. And you're already fine. Okay. We better fix up these graves. Okay, priority 9. Priority 9. If it's a high enough priority, then a duplicate will actually come do it. Scolding. JD. JD, you're not meant to be doing that. I gave you access so you could pick up a deadly kittens. I'm going to set that down an 8. Don't get scolded, JD. Deadly kittens. Yeah, definitely assign the bed to deadly kittens. Picked up deadly kittens. That's it. Deadly kittens is out of here. Which now means I'm going to remove access for all the important dupes and leave the other ones to it. We really should shut that door if we're going to try and make a vacuum. Kendrick, that's the wrong side of the bunker doors to be standing on. Scolding. Daniel. Daniel's back at it. Will you survive? That's always the question. All cots are nice high priority. Good. We're just gonna lay in the groundwork for another set, because I have a feeling we're gonna need another set. Okay. So, step 1, plan out where a silo is. We're going to build a silo right here. Step number 2 is clear some room for a silo. We want everything between there and there gone, please. Nobody's dead yet? Go for the impulse. And actually, how's this volcano doing? Oh, well, they got analysed without even anybody stirring. Yeah. Oh, and it's 9 tiles long. Oh, good one, JD. Turns out that was meant to be built. Idle. Daniel, that's the wrong side of the door. All those doors are not fast to open. Are you suffocating? Priority now. That ladder. Menom is miles away. Priority 1. Winter Impulse. What are you doing? You're just idle. Can you honestly not reach Maffic Rock? Oh, it's been out of Obsidian. Okay, let's try Maffic Rock. Winter Impulse, happy. Happy. Gold, amalgam, copper, iron ore. There's regolith right there. Oh, I can't build stuff out of regolith. Daniel. That's still not going to get you to freedom. So Daniel. The bigger red bar is health, the smaller red bar is oxygen. I'm pretty sure I know how this ends. Yeah, that's how I figured it would end. Sorry, Daniel. The door is open. I think you're lying to me. Scolding 3 of you. Okay, Impulse is trying to die. Who? Oh, I have no idea who the other ones were. Oh no, the door is actually opening. Ever so slowly. Kendra's Crazy Elf is now in here. We might want some more beds. So that's 2 duplicates down? Yeah, that's 2 duplicates down in 1 episode. That's a record or something. Okay, so we want to dig this out. I want to put a rocket in here. I also need to get rid of whatever else is right here. This is actually what's holding me up. Okay, I need to pause. Dig that out. Dig that out, chips. Okay. Who's scolding? Crazy Elf. You can do it, Crazy Elf. You can't do it, Crazy Elf. Run away. How did the petroleum jump up there? How did it... Okay, Impulse, you look really healthy. You should definitely stand on 1400 degree iron. Okay, what happens if I set you... Nope. Like that. Does that actually help? Maybe. Not really. It's like 80 degrees everywhere in here. Okay, Impulse is going to catch his breath and then lay in a medical bed. Actually, oxygen levels aren't great up here. Let's do a quick oxygen check. That one goes that way. That one goes that way. Third one comes up here. Dumped all through the base. So let's just tee that off. You'd think I would have thought about oxygen before now. Oh, it's an it's a thermonullifier. Of course it is. Yep, I should have looked for that. Okay, we've got a vacuum in here. Yeah, you're both backward. That's still all full of polluted water, isn't it? Yep. Okay. You're still not analysed. And you're still not dug out. Come on, Daniel, fall through. Really? Okay, that is officially the screenshot for this episode. Okay. Alright, because we're now venting oxygen, drywall out of obsidian, because it's the one thing that won't melt. Priority 5-ish. Oh, that sounded painful. Oh! Yep, I'm waiting for a sacrifice to get hit by one of them. Oh, snazzy suit, so close. Now it's a preference for me. This one has space exposure. This one doesn't. I actually really hate the weird borders that the game has for tiles next to space. So I just cover one extra tile in. It's a JD thing. There. Nina, you meant to actually dig these out. Oh, crap. Ooh, okay. Alright, are you fully backed up on polluted water? You are. Deconstruct. We want a pipe there with a liquid vent. Sure. There. Suffocating. Martin. Martin, dig your way to freedom. The other way. Yep. Kendra's Crazy Elf is back again. Cool. It hasn't erupted, so you've been fine so far. You're still losing hit points, unfortunately. It's blocked again. Actually want all that gone, all that gone, all that gone. Okay, this is going to be a problem. Because this technically melts. And my plan was to put a rocket right there. 7, 8, 9. Okay, so if I put a bunker tiles. Alright. Daniel, you're I don't know, we'll get back to you sometime. I don't know how to get you out. I'm gonna have to give the tubes access to walk on top of the doors. That's the only way to do it. Okay, that's where our rocket's gonna go. At least our first rocket. We need to build access up. And rocketry, steam engine, right there. That's not a lot of room. That's all pretty cold. Phobia? What are you doing out there, Phobia? It's warm out there. Don't go out there. Yeah, you know what? Actually, we're going to build a rocket all the way down here. Bunker tiles. Rocket. Steam engine. Research module. One. 2. Okay. 2. How many tiles is that? That is 33. 33 is not enough. I need 7, 8, 9. 9 times 5 is 45 tiles. Okay, let's go from the top down. I need 45 tiles. That's going to be the base of our rocket. Incapacitated. Kendrith crazy off. That's priority 1. Can we get priority 9 stuff, please? Oh, that's priority 1 as well. Let's not do that. Okay, let's build the gas vent. Has my polluted water been dumped? Yes. Deconstruct. Liquid vent. Deconstruct. Bring my pipe up to there instead. Deconstruct all that. Scolding. It's you guys building that stuff. That's fine. That's all priority 5. Yeah, Daniel's definitely broken the whole door. Daniel, you're a horrible duplicate. Can we do a dig of that? And a dig of that, please. Okay, where were we? We were... Did I see stress vomiting? I did. Where are you, Kazareth? You got a hat. Why do you have a hat? Why are you stressed? High morale, -20. Morning. Dead tired. Okay, so cycle 633. We are finally putting in... no, it's under medicine. Stations. Furniture. Medicine. Massage table. Power. No, we're going to run lead. We're going to run lead straight through the bedrooms. Mop. That as well. That's all priority. It's now priority 9. We're going to finally put in a massage parlor. Okay, where are we up to? I need those done. Can somebody shut the door? Oh, no you can't. Set green signal if it is above 20C. Oh, those still aren't done either. Priority 1. I don't know when anything got set to priority 1, but it's really messing me up. Deconstruct. No. Okay, we've shut the door. We fixed that. We'll set you back to auto. Scolding. Impulse. Impulse is now in the research. We're like halfway. We are making progress. One duplicate at a time. Okay. All the way back down here. I want a bridge. I want this. Oh. Incapacitated. I bet that was impulse. There to there to there to there. Hey, look, it's Impulse, who's been sent to that triage cot. Set those to 9, set those to 9. Quick, somebody grab an Impulse. They have a habit of dying when you're not watching. Anybody? Errands. Not assigned, not assigned, not assigned. Did I set too many things to 9? Look, we'll try this. Just because I just set a whole bunch of stuff to 9. I don't really want to go back, set it back to 8, yeah. Oh. Gareth again. Slowest tube ever. Who is injured? Oh. Nope, Gareth decided he really didn't want to deal with you. So what's wrong with it? Full bladder, morning, popped eardrums, hungry, scolded, skills, athletics, light wounds. Okay, sorry, you didn't make it. Alright, next duplicate. Yep, we've still got to have one of those ready. Let the... Oh... No, I think a real duplicate can grab impulse from there. He's like dead in the doorway of all places. Okay. Do we have our water hooked up? We have our water hooked up. Excellent. We can start pumping water in here. We have our polluted water. We have a vacuum, so I need to turn you off. The other dupes are slowly getting around to building our first rocket segment. I'm going to set you to send green signal if above 15. What's the oil in here? So I'm going to set you just on. And I'm going to set you to send green signal if below 80 degrees Celsius. So we're going to use a heap of power to heat up our petroleum, to then use a heap of power to cool down our petroleum, but at the same time we're going to make steam. At least that's the idea. It would help if I actually put in some thermo shift plates. Temp shift plates rather. Out of diamond. Okay. Meanwhile, we're getting down our rocket. We're pumping up oxygen. Daniel is still dead on the door, ruining the party for everybody else. We got heaps of water being pumped up. I don't know how much pipe's there, and therefore how much water is still on its way. I'm just going to run those pumps. Our petroleum's heating up real fast. Actually, how big is one of those? Let's cheat the system. You know what? Power's really not an issue. Run that in there. So, what I'm doing, heating up petroleum to cool the petroleum down with an aqua tuner, which is just acting as a heat pump, moving the hot from here into here, creating steam. That's the idea, at least. But it's going to take a while to heat up the water to 80 odd degrees. Well, 100, really about 120 degrees. What I can do is I can put in a liquid tepidizer. Now, liquid tepidizer... Are you going to tell me? It doesn't tell me. It'll heat... target temperature. It'll heat liquid up to 85 degrees Celsius, which is what we're going to go for. So I'm going to put one of these in down here. And we're going to get a boost up to 85 degrees. And then the aqua tuner is just going to take over, going from 85 up to 125. And even then we might even cheat that system. Smart battery, right there. Okay. done, that's done, that's done. Why don't you have power? Oh, because I hooked up the wrong way. God, you're an idiot. Oh, that still doesn't work. That'll all have to go. Conductive wire over the top. Plug that in, plug that in, plug that in. Scolding? Did we set another dupe in? You! Attack. You stick your head out, you're dead. You're a dead critter. Okay, I want... Drywall, priority 5... Basically, if I reach it, I want to drywall it. Because it's also going to stop what little oxygen I have up here escaping. Speaking of oxygen... What? Where's my oxygen? Where's my water? Oh, that's my oxygen line. Okay, we're going to deconstruct that pipe. You are causing problems for my duplicates. There we go, fixed you. That broke. Might want to repair that, tubes. I'm guessing it's superheated. Just set it to back zero. Okay, repair that. Okay, don't repair that. It's got no progress bar. We might be bugged out. Or is the progress bar hidden underneath? I don't know. No, it's now fixed. I'm going to manually turn you on, then turn you off. We're going to remove duplicate access. Okay, we've started heating the place. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay. And unreachable dig. So, rockets are 5 tiles tall. Which means my duplicates can't get in here to actually build the damn thing. Because they can't reach the 5th tile to dig out all the crap. So you need to build lots and lots of temporary ladders. It's annoying. I hate building rockets. Okay. Water's up to 77 degrees. Aquatune is adding more heat. Our liquid shutoff has overheat damage. Okay. My bad. Maybe shouldn't have made you out of lead. Nobody wants to do this? Oh crap, we got steam in the room already. Priorities. Nope. I think they're bugged out. Alright, I don't think we're going to get the volcano done this episode. I know I'm definitely not going to get steam done this episode. One thing I will do really quickly. We need to give them access to do this. And before I forget, out of steel, because why not? I've got lots of it. So, automation. I've basically made this go mental, which means my aqua tune, my liquid tepidizer is running. Even though it's not meant to, it is actually running and consuming power. And also heating up the water. 82, 83, 84, yeah, it's going up. It's going up reasonably quickly. Yeah. Not exactly a perfectly honest way of making steam in a hurry, but works wonders. Actually, we might deconstruct this before it goes absolutely ballistic and replace it with a slightly more robust steel version. It will do strange things to your power grid, so I don't recommend leaving these running too long. But a great way to make steam in a hurry. Yeah, as you can see, we're still adding some temperature with the tepidizer, but not a lot. Scalding. Oh, we're back for more. Just stare deeply into the volcano's eyes and analyze it ever so... Yeah, you're done. And you're done too. I didn't realize it get that hot in there that quickly. Done. So we're up to 80... Yeah, we're going to have steam fairly shortly. What are you guys pumping out? Oxygen. Hopefully I can get everything pumped out before we get steamed. Oh, done. Okay. So to shut them off, we'll come back next episode after we have some steam up and running. It's not going to be long, not with the way that's going. Hopefully we'll fry off some more dupes when we're doing that volcano. And... Anybody? Oh, Priority 5. Hey, Priority 5. Priority 9. Priority 9 and go home. Just dig out everything. So yeah, and hopefully we're going to rocket done next episode as well. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you're enjoying the series. I do hope to see you in the next one where we finally get into space. And maybe we'll recover a Daniel. Because he's stuck good and proper. And we only managed to kill off 2 duplicates in this episode. Which obviously means I need to put in some backups. Because I can see some more going. But like, deco-wise, it's not that bad. It's not that bad down here. Probably because I just deco bombed the whole area. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys the next one where we have even more hot steam. Yeah, actually, we might have enough steam. I don't know, but we do need to heat it up a bit more. And what's your temperature? And hopefully not burn out this, because it does have a high overheat temperature, 325 degrees. It should be fine. Anyway, I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next one. Bye.